Hello everyone, this is Sesh Kashyap. Today I am going to explain you the chapter of your EVS book, chapter number 10, The World of Birds and Insects. Okay, do you know what are birds, students? What are birds? Yes, birds are only living beings that have feathers. And with the help of these feathers, they can fly high in the sky. What are insects? Insects are small creatures. Yes, that can be seen crawling, creeping, flying anywhere in the atmosphere. Okay, so let us go into the chapter. Yes, let us see. We all love to watch birds. Yeah, we all like to see birds because birds are colorful. Birds are the only living beings that have feathers. Yeah, these are only living beings that have feathers. And with the help of these feathers, they can fly high in the sky. They breathe faster than any other animals. Yeah, any other animals, their breathing is so fast. Their heartbeat is faster and their body temperature is very high. Yes, their body temperature is also very high and they used to breathe fast than any other animals. Let us see the parts of a bird. Yes, parts of a bird. All birds have a head, eyes, beak, tail and a pair of wings, feathers and claws. Okay, see, this is a bird. Or now I am going to explain you what are the parts of a plant, parts of a bird. Yes, this is known as the beak. These are known as the eyes. This is known as the neck. This white portion is known as the wings. This is called tail and this is known as claws, the legs. Okay, so these are the parts of a bird. So have you ever wondered why birds fly and other animals cannot? Yes, have you ever think that why only birds can fly? Why other animals cannot fly? Because they have special feathers. Yes, they have feathers that God has gifted them so that they can fly high in the sky. It is only because of the feathers they can fly high in the sky. Okay? Yes. Now turn to the page number 55. Okay. Let's learn more about birds. What are the birds now? Birds have two wings. Yeah, birds have two wings. How many wings they have? Two wings. They have strong muscles also. Yes, to move the wings. They are having the strong muscles to move the wings. And these muscles which we are talking about, the strong muscles, these are attached to the breastbone which lies under the body. These muscles are called flight muscles, which we are strong and which is attached to the breastbone. These are attached to the flight muscles. Okay. So, the body of a bird is shaped like an aeroplane. Have you noticed the body of a bird? It is just like an aeroplane. Okay. It is broad in the middle. Yes, it is flat in the middle and it is narrow at the two ends. So, it is like an aeroplane shape, and which the shape is like an aeroplane. That body, such a body is called as streamlined body. Yes, which is the shape of an aeroplane. Always the body of a bird is like an aeroplane. So such bodies is said to be the streamlined bodies. Okay, and streamlined body helps the bird to cut through the air. And with the help of these streamlined body, they can easily cut the air. They can cut through the air easily. Okay, so birds have strong but hollow bones. Yeah, they are very deeper. They are hollow bones. And these hollow bones makes the body very light. Yes, have you noticed that birds' bones are so light? They are very light, which helpful for the bird to fly high in the sky. Since flying needs much energy and strength, yeah, flying needs, for a bird to fly, bird needs much energy and much strength. Yes, much energy. A bird has a very efficient heart that supplies continuous blood to all parts of the body. Efficient, a well-developed heart that supplies the continuous blood to all parts of the body. Okay, so this is the structure of the bird. Now let us know how does a bird fly. Actually, how does the bird fly? Okay, so bird flies with the help of its wings, as we have already studied. If birds will not be there, if these wings would be not be there, so I think these bird was not able to fly. So when it starts to fly, what it does? It flaps the wings. It just makes the sound of the wings up and down slowly. Yes, it makes the sound of the wings up and down slowly and goes high up in the air. Yes, first as the bird is flying in the sky, it flaps its wings. It makes a noise and then it starts to fly in the sky. In the air, it stops flapping, or when it reaches into the air, it stops it flapping the wings and spread them out. They are just wide open in the air. In this position, it goes on gliding in the air. In this position, the birds flies in the sky can smoothly. The birds makes two kinds of movements, as we know that, or we have already studied. There are two kinds of motion with its wings. Yes, during it flying, the birds is making two kinds of motion. First is known as upstroke, next is known as downstroke. Let us know what are these two movements. Upstroke, see the picture here. When the feathers are lifted upwards. Yes, when the bird's body is up in the straight, when the feathers you can see in the upward direction, that is known as upstroke. Or when it is in the downward position, downside direction, yeah, then it is known as downstroke. Okay, have you understood the two movements of the bird? Upstroke lifts the bird's body up in the air. Downstroke help the birds to come down. Okay, most birds fly, but there are some birds that do not fly. Yes, some birds, they are said to be birds, but they have feathers also, but they could not able to fly high in the sky. These birds are known as flightless birds. What are these known as? Flightless birds. Okay? Okay, everyone? Okay. So, now see the pictures which are given to you here. Ostrich, kiwi, emu, penguin. So these are the birds, even though they have the feathers, but they could not fly high in the air. That's why these birds are known as flightless birds. Okay, now see feathers. Yes, the bird's body is covered with feathers. We know it. These feathers are of three kinds. Birds are also having the kinds. Birds' feathers are also having the kinds. Flight feathers, down feathers, and body feathers. So let us go here. What are flight feathers? These are usually found on the wings and the tail. Okay, these flight feathers are be found on the wings and the tail. They help in flying also. Yes, only these feathers, flight feathers, help the bird to fly high in the sky. Okay, now everyone turn the page number 55. Now I am turning the page to 56 page number. Okay, so we have learned about the flight feathers. Now come on to down feathers. Down feathers are fluffy and soft. Fluffy means in Hindi we used to say komal, soft fur. And these keep the bird body warm. Because of these feathers, down feathers, the bird's body is completely warm. And down feathers are found in newborn babies. So down feathers are found in the babies, those who are newly born. Okay. Yes. Now comes the body feathers. Yes. Covers the bird's body. They give shape to the body. Yes. These body feathers. Yes. They give shape to the bird's body. Okay, so we have understood now, very easy. First we have flight feathers, second is down feathers, next is body feathers. Pictures are also given to you. See, down feathers, these are known as down feathers. Body feathers, these are known as body feathers. And these is known as flight feathers. Understood everyone? Okay, now come on to the nesting. Nesting, to build a nest. Yes, why do birds build nest? Question I am telling to you, why do birds build nest? Why? The reason is that to lay eggs. birds are building nest to lay eggs. Yes, they build their nest which are very safe to protect themselves from enemies also and even from bad weather. So birds are building their nest not only for laying eggs, they used to protect themselves from enemies and bad weather. Okay, or while building the nest, they use the materials like twigs, that are small sticks, dry leaves, cotton, thread, wool, feather, hair, pieces of cloth, paper, pebbles, what are known as pebbles, little small stones to build the nest. So these are the materials which are required for the bird to build the nest. They after building the nest, what the bird used to do? The bird used to lay the eggs in the nest, and after some time the eggs used to hatch. Hatch means broken, and from the egg what comes out? The baby birds comes out. Yes, when the baby birds are big enough and when they are just growing, mother parents are feeding them. The baby birds used to grow up. They used to fly away. Yes, and when they are flying away, the parent birds are also leaving the nest. Okay, so very simple it is. Or when they fly away, they leave the nest also, parent birds. Okay, so they build nest. They again, after some time, when they are about to lay eggs again, they used to build a new nest where they have to lay the eggs again. Okay, so birds are not settling at one place. They used to change their place of living for laying the eggs. Okay, yes. Now learn some of the nesting habits of some birds. Some different birds are given to you and how they used to build the nest. So first is the tailor bird. Tailor bird, see, it builds the nest like this. It is the nest of a tailor bird. How beautiful it looks, and properly it is stitching also with his beak. So the tailor bird uses a sharp beak. The beak of the tailor bird is very sharp. Sharp beak, or it's like a needle. Needle means sui. And with this needle what she does? She sews leaves, stitching the leaves together with wool, thread, or by spider's web. Or it makes the nest cozy. Cozy means hollow. By putting cotton, hair, dry grass and straw inside it. So after building the nest, after stitching it with a wool, thread or spider's web, whatever it is, it makes it very cozy. Cozy means hollow. Yes, by putting it cotton, hair, dry grass or straw inside the nest. Okay, so it is looking like something like this. Yes, it is the nest of a tailor bird. Now comes the nest of a weaver bird. Weaver bird makes a strong nest that always you have seen from the hanging from a branch of a tree. These kind of nest. This is the nest of a weaver bird that always we are seeing that is hanging on the trees. The bird enters the nest through a tunnel like hole, or from where it enters. It enters from downside. It is a tube like structure. Tunnel like hole from the lower, from downside portion it starts entering here and it sits here and take rest. Okay, the bird uses for this to making it. The bird uses grass, twigs, dry leaves, dry sticks to weave its nest. So what are the materials required for building the weaver's bird's nest? Grass, small sticks, yes, to weave its nest. Understood everyone? So now turn to the page number 57. Now comes the woodpecker. Yes, woodpecker. Yes, woodpecker quality is that it makes a hole in the trunk of a tree. It's building its nest in the trunk. Tree में hole बनाता है ये. Okay, with its strong beak, it can make a hole in the trunk of a tree with its strong beak. Or it then lines the nest with chips of wood to make it cozy. And whatever breaking portion of it just keeps inside that to make it cozy. Okay? Yes. So this is the nest of a woodpecker. And where the woodpecker makes his nest? A hole in the trunk of a tree, where it makes trunk of a tree with its long and a strong beak. Okay? Now see. Vulture, kite and crow. The vulture, kite and crow make their nest on the top of the tall trees like this. On the top of the tall trees. They just gather few twigs, small sticks and put them together in the shape of a shallow cup. Yes, they are not building the nest in the proper manner. Yes, and their nest is also very ugly to see. Yes, it is not good. Okay, as others are building their nest, the dirtiest nest only it is of vultures, kite and crow. Or its nest is so ugly. Ugly means very bad. Okay. Now comes penguin. Penguins are where they are found. They are found in the icy ground, in the Antarctic area, in the icy areas. Or these penguins, what they used to do? They used to collect pebbles. Pebbles means stones. Small stones to make its nest on the icy ground. So what they are doing? They are just collecting. See in the picture. They have collected small stones, pebbles. Or then they used to make the eggs. Yeah. Makes his nest on the icy ground. Okay. So this is the nest of the penguin. Next. Parental care in birds. When the nest is ready. Yes. When the nest, all the birds have prepared the nest. What the female birds do? The female birds lays the eggs in it. Okay. And after the female bird lay the eggs, both the male and the female, what they used to do? They used to sit on the eggs to warm up, to keep them warm. Yes, have you noticed this thing anytime? When the male and female, both the birds are sitting on the eggs to keep them warm. Yes, when the baby birds grows fully inside the eggs, when they are fully grown, they just break the eggshell and they just come out. And what is this called? Breaking the egg and coming out. This process is known as hatching. This process is known as hatching. The coming out of the young ones from the eggs is called hatching. Okay? Yes. Now, the parent brings food for the baby birds, and after hatching, when the baby birds comes out from the egg, what the parent's duty is then? They used to feed them with their beaks. Yeah, with their beaks, because they are very small. They could not able to find the prey. So the parental bird are feeding them with their own beaks. The baby birds grows very fast. Yes, when they starts to feed, then they starts growing very fast. They develop the feathers also in a few days. Or then the parents, the male and female, teach the children to fly in the sky and how to find the food. Okay everyone? So let's see, through the help of the pictures I will make you understand the process of hatching. See, the female bird lays the eggs. Female lay eggs. Or in the second picture it shows that baby birds comes out in the eggs when the male and female parents used to sit on the eggs to keep them warm unless the baby is not developing inside the eggs. After that, it just gets warms, the baby birds develops and it comes out from the eggs. Okay. Or now in this third picture, the mother is taking care of their chicks. Okay. So these are the 3 steps which are connected to the hatching procedure. Okay. Now everyone turn on to the page number 58. Page number 58. Yes, up to now we were discussing about only birds because the chapter is about both birds and insects. So half chapter we have completed. Now I am on page number 58 and now we are going to learn about insects. Okay, insects, as I already told you, what are insects? Insects are small creatures. Yes, they are very small and we can see them around us by creeping manner, crawling manner, yes, on the floor or flying here and there. Okay, like house flies, mosquitoes, butterflies, yeah, so many are there. Okay, so you might have seen them indoors also when you are in the house. Indoors means inside the house, or outdoors means outside the house, in the gardens or the times creeping on the walls also. So everywhere you can see the insects near your surroundings. Okay, and these are very small. Now, insects hatch from eggs. Yes, insects are also hatching from the eggs. Their body is divided into 3 parts. Yes, insects also have parts. So let us discuss about the parts. There are 3 parts here. Yes, you can see the 3 parts. It is here. That is, the upper portion is known as the head, middle one it is known as the thorax, and downside is known as abdomen. This portion is known as the abdomen, this middle one portion is known as thorax, and upper one is known as the head. Okay, so let's see what does the head contains. Head contains 2 eyes. What the head contains? The head contains only 2 eyes. Mouth, and a pair of feelers. Feelers means these. These are known as feelers. These are known as feelers. This is known as feeler. So head contains 2 eyes, mouth and feelers. Okay. Now come on. Or how these are helping? These are helping for feeling things or smelling or for tasting. By this they can easily taste also. Okay. Now comes the middle portion of the insect's body, that is known as thorax. Thorax. There are 6 legs and 2 wings are attached to the thorax. See, these are the 2 wings. These are the 2 wings. And these are the 6 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is known as thorax. Okay. And most of the insects have wings. This is the last portion that is known as abdomen, which is the end of the body. So like this, an insect having 3 divisions, 3 parts: head, thorax, abdomen. Okay. Yes, which I have already explained you right now. Now come on to the paragraph. Insects hatch from eggs. The body is divided into 3 parts: head, thorax and abdomen, which I have cleared you right now. The head contains 2 eyes, mouth and a pair of feelers. Okay, these are used for feeling things, smelling and for tasting. Thorax is the middle one of an insect's body. This is known as thorax. Yeah, which contains 6 legs and 2 wings. And the last one portion is known as abdomen. Okay, I hope you have understood. So now let us discuss about the useful insects and harmful insects. First, let us discuss about useful insect. We generally consider insects as pests. Yes, because they used to destroy the crops. Some insects are very useful to us. Yes, like butterflies, bees. What they are doing? They used to collect the nectar from the flowers, or they used to store in the beehives. Yeah, they used to store in the beehives. And with that beehive, they used to make the honey. Isn't it? Yes. So these butterflies, bees are very helpful to us. They used to collect the nectar from each and every flower, and they used to store in the beehive. What is known as beehive? Madhumakhi ka chhatta. They store nectar in those hives and make honey there. They carry the pollen from flower to flower, and this helps the plants in reproduction. Or this is only the cause why the reproduction takes place. Okay, so see the pictures here. Bees collecting the nectar. How the bees used to sit on the pollen grains. Okay, and here see a butterfly sucking the nectar from the flower. Okay, and here these are the earthworms, which are said to be the farmer's friend. They help the soil to loose. Okay, these are known as the farmer's friend. Earthworm is known as the farmer's friend. Many insects feed on waste materials found in the soil. So they help is to clean up the place. So many insects are those which are feeding on the waste material which is found in the soil. So they help us to clean the place also. Okay. So bees, butterflies, all these are said to be the useful insects. Now come on the harmful insects. Some harmful insects are very harmful also. Yes, they can be rightly called pests. What are called pests? Pests are those which used to destroy the crops. Insects like houseflies carry germs from dirty places and carry it to wherever they sit. Yes, houseflies, insects, mosquitoes, where they used to lay the eggs. They used to lay the eggs in the dirty water. Yes, and these germs spread diseases. Yeah, and that is the reason why we should always keep the food items properly covered. Yes, or when they are laying the eggs in the dirty water, so what they used to do, from the dirty water, the same insects coming or sitting on our in our houses, on our food, on same food we are eating, or after eating we are affected by so many kind of diseases. That's why it is said that water should not be stagnated near our house. Water should not be stored near our house. It should be immediately clean, because these same insects, they used to come and sit on our food items, and the same food items we are eating, and we are just affected by that. Okay, yes. Now come on to the next last page of the chapter, that is 59 page. Mosquito spread diseases, like, yes, from the mosquitoes which type of diseases are spread, that is malaria and dengue. Yes, these are the two special diseases which are specially spread by mosquitoes when they bite a person. So the biting of such insects cause rashes also, itching also it creates. In some cases, yes, the person can death also. If a person can result in the death of a person can bite. Okay, so we should immediately consult to a doctor and take the precautions as soon as possible. Okay, now come on to the social insects. You know, students, what are social insects? Social insects always lives in a communities, in a society, in a gathering manner, in a groups, and these groups are known as colonies. These groups are known as colonies. Have you seen some insects which are living in colonies? Yes, like ants, they are living in groups. Bees, they are living in groups. Wasps, these are living in colonies. Yes, sometime you must have seen ant hills in open grounds. Worker ants also. And why they are said to be social insects? Because they used to divide the work among themselves. Male ants and a queen ant lives in a colony. Worker ants, what they used to do? They are very hard working. Or these worker ants, they used to collect the food for all the other ants. And soldier ants, what they used to do? They used to guide the ant hill. So like this, the work is divided among all the insects in a society. That's why they are known as social insects. Same happens with bees also. Bees live in a beehive. There is only one queen bee and she lays eggs. Queen bee always what she used to do? She used to lay the eggs. The worker bee what used to do? Worker bee collects nectar from the flowers. Yes, queen bee is laying the eggs and the worker bee, yes, it is used to collect the nectar from the flowers and it is storing in the hive and it protecting us. Okay, and what the drone bee used to do? Drone bee, what is the known as drone bee? That is known as male bee. Helps the queen to lay the eggs. So see how the work is divided among the bees also? Yes. Now come on to mosquitoes. Mosquito lay eggs in dirty water. As I have told you clear here. Never let stagnant and dirty water collect around your homes. What is meaning of stagnate? Stagnate means water should not be collected near your surroundings. Because if water is collected, mosquitoes will obviously sit there. Or if they are sitting, they will surely lay the eggs. Or if they will lay the eggs will multiply. The mosquitoes will multiply. Okay. Snails carry a shell on their backs. They withdraw into it to take cover of their enemies. Worms are different from insects. Worms are different. They have segments in their body. They don't have the backbone. Yes, they just crawl. No backbone, no bones. They are usually formed in dam areas. What are known as dam areas? Wet areas. What are known as dam areas? Wet areas. Some examples of worms are centipedes, millipedes and earthworms. Because all these types of worms are also only found in the dam areas. Means very cool areas. Wetty areas. And the last point is that earthworms are called the farmer's friend. Yes, I have told you there in the next page. Previous page I have told you. Earthworm is known as farmer's friend. And why it is known as farmer's friend? What is the reason behind this? Because it helps the making the soil fertile. Yes, it remains in the soil. It makes the soil fertile. It increases the fertility of the soil. It makes the soil loose. So these are the helping manner which the farmers does. Okay, these are known as the farmer's friend. Yes, who are known as farmer's friend? Earthworm. Okay, So like this the chapter is ends now. Thank you for listening me. Okay, I hope you have understood the chapter.